The prison has just received a special prisoner.
That's the general, with the highest military rank in US history. Just saw you. The soldier stands guard.
Almost instinctively lower the barrel.
His name is
Associated with a violent uprising.
In just 41 minutes, he took control of the prison.
This story was inspired by a real event.
1944.
And he's also one of the 10 most illustrious generals. At that time, no one could believe their eyes. When I saw this scene,
all the prisoners flocked to see. The prisoners here are all soldiers. He has made many victories,
but it's also a great danger to society. Everyone has extraordinary power.
But before the power of General win,
then
even the soldiers escorting him had to bow down. All the prisoners and guards became polite.
Incredible. The sergeant on duty received a surprise notice. General Your Win,
Supreme Commander of the 6th United States Army,
will be sent to this prison for rehabilitation.
Even the jailer, I can't hide the surprise, he exclaimed to his subordinates. Heaven and earth.
He should have taken his name for the military base. Why did you bring him here?
While checking the belongings, the female soldier seemed confused.
When I saw Queen's rings,
the general saw her confusion.
With a proud nature, but also very delicate, take off the ring and give it to her. Check it out and return it to you.
I see 2 stars on a Queen's rank. You dare not decide for yourself. Even General MacArthur had only 1 star. General MacArthur has not yet appeared. The man in front of you.
There are 2 stars. You should report this to the warden. Security guard at the front door. Permission to report.
The guards told the prisoners to wait 5 minutes.
The soldier thought the guard was talking to him. Hurriedly put the pizza down.
General Whale spoke up.
He's talking to me.
Meanwhile,
the jailer frantically adjusted his clothes. Worried like a child.
When you to meet?
Then, the guards were constantly showing admiration and respect. As for Oil, he kept talking about the 7 feasts and his shortcomings.
Erin just nodded.
Then the guards took Erin on a tour of the prison. Carefully introduced you each area.
I hope the general will be pleased and choose a suitable job. The guards couldn't believe that.
Just a few words right now. We'll push him into the abyss in the near future. The warden asked for General Urin's signature. He agreed, and the jailer happily went to get pen and paper while talking to the soldier. Erin said that only cowards.
Never been in battle.
To collect these useless booty items. To satisfy the vanity.
To hear the words.
The guard hurriedly threw the book aside. Excused not to find the pen, he ordered the guards to take the urine back to his cell.
Out came the soldier who had heard the name AU and stammer. I want to raise my hand according to military protocol,
but was yelled at by the guards.
He hurriedly explained that.
I am greeting the guards.
And the situation calms down.
The guard smiled kindly. When Orr gets to the detention center, military prisoners have been eagerly waiting for him for a long time. Someone who is injured must carry it. To see this scene, Oil can only breathe. In the evening, the guards were still fluttering with emotion. I was proud to welcome the famous general. He gave the order the next day after training.
Give prisoners a basketball for fun. The result was as he predicted. The prisoners are not afraid of urine, and they do what they want.
They're competing for a basketball.
Fight irradiation. This is a daily thing in the district.
With these criminal soldiers.
Urine stood outside looking at her eyes full of disgust. Things are getting serious.
When a black prisoner was attacked.
And was given a weapon by someone else.
The warden immediately ordered the alarm to be sounded.
Hearing the whistle, everyone lay down.
2 hands holding Hedwin also do as follow.
Lie on the ground like everyone else. But the black prisoner, KI, did not.
He wants to prove his innocence.
That he was instigated by others.
Not the one who started the fight.
But in the eyes of the guards.
He was armed and resisting.
While everyone is screaming.
Ask him to obey.
The guards were ordered to shoot down the loaded 6-gun.
The bullet went straight to him. 3 seconds later, the gunshot went off. Right in front of everyone. The black prisoner was dragged away.
Arwen don't know what's going on.
You don't want to know.
You just want to be quiet.
Go home and enjoy your old age.
The next day Arwen was like the other prisoners. I didn't choose a job like the guard said.
During the break, he saw a strong prisoner bullying someone else.
The guards didn't seem to see anything. I just quietly observed everything. Maybe this is the reality in this place until dinner time. Egwene surprised
to see that the black prisoner yesterday was still alive. You just learned that.
The guards used rubber bullets. The goal is to cause pain to faint.
It's more painful than a real bullet. There have also been many cases of being shot.
They're all shot in the temple.
And finally,
military courts always give reasonable explanations. Put all the blame on the dead prisoners.
That's why. Why do all the prisoners here obey?
On the war,
the guards are all marksmen. To be well trained, they've all been in battle. It's actually at that close distance.
They can hit any target if they want.
It's all under the control of the guards. But Your Win explained to everyone that
You just want to be quiet. He spent his years in prison and went home to rest. His evasion made the guards despise. 3 weeks later, a young man named Little Fish came to Win.
He said that when oil first arrived, almost everyone is betting.
You will not be here for more than 3 weeks.
They think that with their victories,
You will be released.
or transferred to a separate prison. The truth proves, this is not what Owen wanted.
And the fish lost a lot of money. Erin didn't want to notice him at first.
But when Katie mentioned seeing him at the White House, and his father was Erin's former partner, then you start paying attention.
Erin got out of bed and the two talked.
Suddenly, Erin's name echoed through the prison.
He was called to the visiting room. The visitor is the daughter.
You haven't seen him in a long time.
This unexpected meeting make a Win feel uncomfortable. Your daughter seems to blame you.
Why are you here?
With Dad's ability,
I can totally turn the situation around. Go home to old age. Going to jail for all was probably a relief. But the outside gossip.
it makes your family unacceptable. The visit time is over.
Two father hugged each other goodbye. It's like two strangers we used to know. Back to the training ground.
The soldier who had been bullied the day before raised his hand to greet Oil, but the general didn't respond. There's no other way.
The soldier saluted and turned away.
He took a few steps and was called back. Arwen reluctantly. Teach him the meaning of greeting.
From ancient times in Europe, people lift their hats high to show their eyes.
Look at the opponent politely.
To show sincerity, it's not just raising your hand.
And we're all locked up.
I saw him call the guards.
What the hell is General Oil doing?
He's here to renovate. It's just that we've started brainwashing people.
What does this mean?
That night the prisoners were ordered to stand.
Salute all night.
Their hands are right. I can't lift it anymore. It's been like this all night. No one can ignore it.
Until M.
When the alarm goes off, then they get a break.
I thought I could go to breakfast, but they're stopped and they're punished. See that? General Oil ordered the prisoners to lower their hands
and have breakfast with you. The guard stopped him, but did not dare to touch Oil. When a soldier raised his hand to teach Oil,
he stopped it immediately.
The other soldiers thought a wind was causing trouble. He rushed in and knocked him down. The sirens sound. The jailer shows up and pretends to care about a Gwyn.
I told him that's prison policy.
Arwen didn't just immediately read the law. All punishments must end before the alarm goes off.
The next morning, the guards felt the loss of face. He told the guards that prisoners are absolutely not allowed to act,
offending the guards.
General Owen will also be punished. He was caught alone loading rocks.
The workload is equivalent to 10 people. There's almost nowhere that can complete it alone. But General Erin's reputation was too great.
More and more prisoners came to cheer for him.
Erin takes off her shirt and shows the scars on her back.
Traces of 6 years of torture at the hands of the enemy.
Many people know your story.
Some people make fun of you.
You can't do it. Someone encouraged him to lift the brick.
Finally, a thug pushed him down, almost exhausted.
But Erin still says he's not SAO.
And threw the brick on the rocks with all his might. That action made him gain the respect of many people.
The prison warden's punishment accidentally became a tool, help Erin win people's hearts. To complete the punishment,
he had to load the rocks back to their original place.
Erin never gives up.
With strong will he continued his work, glanced at the warden with contempt. He waited for the whistle to blow, signaling the end of the punishment. The whistle blew.
According to the rules, the punishment has ended.
Arwen locked in dark room.
The warden came and pretended to be interested.
Said he had to do it reluctantly.
All just to set an example for other prisoners. Arwen said he understood and hoped that from now on, two people will not interfere in each other's business. He also won't care about any AI's business anymore. The warden kept on saying provocative words.
Remind Owen that he is not a female general here.
Must comply with regulations.
Owen didn't pay attention to those words.
After his imprisonment, Yorwin was released. He was in there for a whole month.
Back to the Chinese prison cell. He did not expect that. The prisoners were wearing their military badges, knocked on the bars to welcome him. Arwen doesn't see anything special, but the warden knows.
You will definitely have to be careful. In fact, he also felt helpless.
There are a lot of celebrities.
The next morning, the baby fish brought Pure Win.
His booty was 36 packs of cigarettes.
A win for most prisoners in prison. This small act, it makes you more popular. Know that in prison,
tobacco is very precious and difficult to find. In the yard, the general just blurted out that
someone who knows about construction,
guide for everyone. I didn't expect the prisoners to obey.
To the point of tearing down the wall that they've piled up before Win.
Seeing this scene is not surprising.
The people's cheers that the stuttering guy is always being bullied.
To be a leader in building the wall.
He felt extremely proud. Despite the punishment and salute Win.
The general shook his head and motioned him not to do that.
Stuttering boy misunderstood. Owen's head shake is an order.
He stroked his hand through his hair.
This is still considered a greeting without breaking the rules. This act became a symbol.
An everlasting trust for them in the future.
At noon, the guards came to the prison and saw it all. He called the guards to interrogate.
The soldier said that General Arwen was the one who instigated the prisoners.
So the self-respect and authority of the jailer
Seriously trampled upon.
the wall under the command of the stuttering boy,
Increasingly solid. Despite the rain and wind, it's getting higher.
as well as the solidarity of the prisoners.
Owen think. Just finish the assigned work.
Finished building the wall. The warden won't make it easy for everyone anymore. But you don't know that.
The guards are monitoring their actions every day. He believes a win is building. Loyalty and the culture of personality.
No one will listen to him anymore.
Instead, they're supporting your win. This brings the power of solidarity to the prisoners. The warden called Yuri to talk, asked if you really wanted to be here, waiting to get out of jail and go home or not. Erin answered firmly. You really think so in your heart, but the guards still think.
Yurin is secretly building an army.
These people are dangerous criminals.
I've been to court. Everyone has a special ability. If they unite, that's enough to fight hundreds of guards.
They've been to war, they've killed people. Quick mind and a sense of self-control. The conversation is over. The prison guards called the machines to tear down the wall they just built. He wants your win to see it with his own eyes. The organization he had built was destroyed, with just one of his words. But the stuttering guy,
Who has just been recognized by everyone in spite of everything, plunged into the bulldozer. The guards gave orders. The sirens went off. Everybody down.
the boy is unacceptable. Your faith has been trampled on like that. The prison ordered to shoot, while raising your hand to fire at the temple.
The soldier did not hesitate to fire and shoot him down. Arwen saw it all.
The boy is definitely dead.
Everyone's newly lit faith is crumbling.
The whole team's spirit is broken. I will think again and again. No matter what I do, they will also be misunderstood by the guards.
We're building forces here.
Just do it to the end.
You decide to act.
To call the man with the highest rank among the prisoners.
The chief of staff came to organize everyone, and a few chants went up, and more people responded.
The guard saw it, but did not stop it. He contemptuously called his secretary. Bring the rice bell earlier than planned.
This action of the guards who had never been in battle has pushed them into a passive position,
Just a few minutes earlier, the prisoners trust your win even more.
because prisons are slowly changing the rules.
The captain ordered the general to say hello.
Arwen stroked her hair and everyone did. This action does not violate the rules. It's still effective. The guards saw it all but were helpless.
The captain announced the dismissal of everyone.
To eat before Durin patted the captain on the shoulder.
It's actually soldiers who commit these crimes.
I also regret the mistakes I made. I want to go back to my life before. The jailer came to see Arwen in person,
Apologize and send all the other prisoners away.
before leaving. The prisoner kept the same hairstroke. The prison guard is approaching.
Look at the picture of Arwen's nephew on the wall. He wanted to threaten Arwen, but he couldn't say a word.
He said he was just doing his duty. Speak hypocritical flowery words.
Those antics for Arwen. Child's play.
Arwen gives two choices to the warden. Or resign. Or let the prisoners help him resign.
The general looked at the jailer with a meaningful smile, both mocking and amusing.
Then Arwen said within 1 hour.
He will take over control of the prison.
The warden pondered.
Finally decided to call the superiors. He told everything that Arwen had done.
But he did not know that.
The general stood in front.
I don't care what he says. General to see Arwen. Say you just want to leave. He'll level this prison.
Immediately while Arwen looked at the clock.
The warden received an anonymous letter.
Open it and he sees the following. The prisoners will kidnap the general at 12 to 10 and ask the jailer to resign.
Or we'll kill him.
The guards thought the prisoners had begun to rebel.
Order immediately to mobilize all forces. He went to the cell.
Take the bewildered general out.
The sirens went off all over the prison yard.
All the prisoners are confused.
I don't understand what's going on. The warden ordered the use of water cannons.
Point at the prisoners and send a helicopter too. This stupid decision made the warden's chief of staff
You also have to shake your head.
bored after that.
The warden ordered again. Return all forces to position.
Originally,
The chief of staff just orders it to end. The general scolded the jailer again. It's actually all a trick by your win. You've got the number of guards that the prison can mobilize in an emergency.
at the same time taking advantage of the jailer's greed.
It turns out that he really succeeded. This action is also to reveal his true nature. Communicating the words of superiors is obvious. It can't be cracked.
But the guards didn't understand. Why am I still reprimanded by my superiors?
Two people break up in discord return to prison
The guards read aloud all the crimes that Jorwin had committed.
before being arrested.
But that's just what the superiors wanted.
He saw that all the core prisoners had been arrested,
Some people complain about injustice.
fighting with the guards. As a result, they were severely punished.
Sometime later, the prisoners were released.
They're secretly gathered, not knowing what they're talking about. They are also separate from the Arwen group.
The prison guards realized he doesn't want to get involved in this.
But he knows.
What Gwyn said a few days ago.
It's not just words. Gwyn will not stop.
Until the jailer resigns.
He called the fish to take advantage of his authority, cut his sentence from 6 years to 3 months.
Fish do not mind the guards.
Over lunch, the prisoners deliberately start a fight.
Because in the cafeteria, the words of Gwyn will be all. Who heard?
Gwyn lists 7 charges of prison guards.
After a fiery 50-second speech. When the final charge is pronounced,
the whole hall was roaring.
I propose to take over control of the prison. The sound of thunder.
The benefits are too great.
So fish are trusted and join the core command team.
He learned a whole new plan at night. The fish threatened the guards. He said he had to leave this prison tonight.
Because the battle plan was laid out by General Yorwin. Almost perfect.
No one can solve it.
Everyone believes in you. To hear the warden's plan was amazing. He didn't expect that.
This prison has so many holes.
At the same time,
there are people outside swearing at the fish as traitors.
That's it.
He can't turn around. The prison guards ordered the fish to be detained for 6 months.
Don't allow him to have contact with any prisoners.
The frightened fish made an excuse to return to the room to calm down. The warden wanted him to tell the time.
Gwyn will act,
but cannot force.
The warden had to give the fish 6 hours to calm down. Next morning 5 a.m.
The Emperor returns to the office. Tell the warden that Gwyn's plan was to capture the flag and hang it upside down on the flagpole at 7 a.m.
for the patrols outside to see. Force superiors to come here, and the warden will definitely be fired.
The warden laughed. What a good plan.
The flag is right in his office.
He opened the box containing the OA flag and was stunned last night. Who's here?
I took it, you happy murderer.
Turns out the little fish stole the flag the night before.
While the guard in front of the door was swearing at the prisoners, creates a gap in just 10 seconds.
The fish were locked in their own cell. The sirens go off.
6 riot teams searched every room for the flag. At the same time, Gwyn took a picture of his nephew,
along with the other prisoners being dragged out into the yard. This large-scale inspection.
They have a lot of small arms. Gwyn watch order action.
At 6 to 10, they spread word of mouth.
In just 1 minute,
everyone on the field gets the order.
At the same time, most security forces.
They're all concentrated in the cell area.
See the prisoners. The guards suddenly guessed General Will's next plan.
You want to concentrate your forces and lock the guards in their cells.
The guards are smart, but it's too late. Exactly 06:10 they start acting. The situation changed dramatically on the tower. The sniper's gunfire echoed.
But there were too many prisoners to shoot them all. The first team consists of bar users PI prepare chain.
Lock the door. Lock all the guards inside.
Team 2 consists of 5 prisoners.
Each person controls a completely overwhelming guard. Bar team of 170 people. Use stones to build a wall as a temporary headquarters.
Human C strategy. Help them finish within 3 minutes. Team 4 of 25 people rob the guard's key. Rescue the brothers locked in the dark room.
When the warden saw the situation, beyond control, most of the force was locked in cells.
And that's just step 2 in Gwyn's plan.
Team 5 of 70 people took rubber leaves hidden in a pile of rocks.
Along with the fuel stored for so long, make a makeshift mortar to attack the watchtower.
Team 6 of 7 people captured the communication device.
Report to higher level.
Above that the prison was occupied and needed assistance.
Superiors, upon receiving the news,
will definitely come to check, and the warden will be fired. In just a few minutes, Yorwin has control of most of the prison. He made the jailer furious. Chief of Staff returns.
More than 20 prisoners found in laundry area.
Pushing something out. Unbelievable. They built a catapult. In such a short time.
He couldn't understand what they were using it for. Team 7 consists of 350 people using the lunch tray as a shield
to protect the catapult from the sniper rifle. The name of this stone thrown at the headquarters.
There are provocative inscriptions.
At the same time, armored tanks came to the rescue.
Gwyn's army is about to be overrun.
Gwyn commands an 8-person team of 3 to prepare. Ready to cut the water.
The armored tank started spraying water cannons at the prisoners.
But with unity and the will to fight.
Deep in the blood. Help them not to be afraid.
Let's build a wall together. Stop the water on the other side. Prison guard at the meter. He doesn't understand why his superiors know what's going on here. He is still.
He explained that he was in control of the situation. He hung up the phone and called a helicopter.
In a rage. Every decision made by the guards.
It's all in General Gwyn's calculations.
The helicopter circled in the air and shot down. The prisoners are finally here. United States 6th Marine Corps.
Gwyn ordered to turn on the water.
Taking advantage of the pressure of the water cannon,
they shoot PI-built hooks to the helicopter. At this altitude, it only takes 1 mission to complete.
Team 10 is in action.
Fish so climb under the chain. He's General Yorwin's most important piece. If 7 fails, the whole plan is ruined.
Because the guards will have enough time
To repair the damage to the prison, the chain suddenly broke. Everybody's nervous.
Follow the fish. Fortunately, he completed the mission.
With a well-trained soldier,
It's not difficult to climb like this.
he is easy to control.
The helicopter landed on the ground.
Take the pilot to safety and take off again. Fish fly in front of you.
The sniper on the watchtower.
Tell him to stop shooting. But he didn't get a stop order.
Shoot from above.
He even changed the real bullets. And so the helicopter went down. It's gone too far.
General Owen leads the prisoners holding the flag. The guard also came down from the tower.
He ordered all the prisoners to lie down, or they will be shot. The results are clear. Any prisoner who listens to him. The jailer slowly approached the ear.
General Owen whispered, I will give the order again, and then I will shoot. Surely you don't want me to do that.
The dead prisoner will become a burden on his conscience. Lie down, boys. People did not understand the general's meaning, but still obeyed and lay flat on the ground. Owen, alone holding the flag, strode towards the flagpole. I won't let you do that. He can't hang that flag upside down. Otherwise, we will shoot. This is my order. You must not hang the flag upside down. Angry warden, order the sentry on the watchtower to shoot.
But no one listened to him. Now the chief of staff knows he's lost.
When the flag is pulled up to half a column,
The guards fired several shots at him.
General Yorwin when
The flag is raised to the top, then everyone's surprised. Owen does not hang the flag upside down, because the situation is out of control. Someone was injured. The guard will be fired. Owen's bravery is worthy of a Bar SAO general. The film ends with a unique perspective.
depicting the soldier's moment and human light. The illustrious Bar SAO General Erin, he voluntarily went to prison for a mistake in command.
There was a conflict between him and the jailer. Like to show Winter in prison. Erin, with her reputation and personality,
Has awakened self-respect.
the pride of the soldiers. In every prisoner,
He led them against Winter's brutal rule.
he made them understand that no matter the circumstances,
We must not lose the faith of the soldiers. The film has a deep message. It's not just about power, self-respect and justice. It also shows a strong spirit.
with the honor of the soldier, they win by their actions, showed a true military spirit.
Take off your uniform, the soldier's responsibility is not lost. Through plot and character imagery,
The movie shows the audience that, even in the darkness of prison,
the light of humanity can still shine.
at the same time, it also encourages people to think about the war